Greetings, fellow detectives. Wizard Kitten here, bringing you part 4 in our walkthrough for Nancy Drew Tomb of the Lost Queen. We have this, but apparently it's not good enough, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave that for now. Let's explore some other parts of the tomb. What does this say? Can we not translate that? Oh, okay. Guess we can't translate that. We don't have Red Scarab yet. So that was the Tunnel 3. Here's Tunnel 2. Anything good in here? I mean, there's some very beautiful artwork and some pults and such.
This is approximately where the other amulet pieces were found.
Can I brush them away? Aha! Cool. I found the missing piece for the amulet we fixed a couple episodes ago.
It's stuck.
Can I pry it out with a pick? Got it. Cool. That made a not really appealing sound, but cool. Okay, we got a bunch of birds. There's like a cat eating 2 of them. Pretty. Neat. Okay. What about this other tunnel? Anything? Anything at all?
I bet I could translate that.
I bet I could translate that. I speak that which I wish to his mummy, it becometh strong. And there's like a cat, which apparently I cannot do anything with. So, cool. Let's maybe talk to Abdullah?
Yes?
Is it strange that some of the hieroglyphs don't make sense?
There is a saying, if a lion could speak, we would not understand him. So let's say one day, magically, poof, a very smart lion learns to speak the king's English. How he understands the world is so radically different that even though you understand the words he spoke, you could never understand what he was trying to say.
Is that how you think of the ancient Egyptians?
Yes. Now let me show you why I am the best archaeologist in the world in one simple step.
Well, then won't I be able to become the best archaeologist in the world?
No. I am Ramses II.
I thought you looked familiar.
Please, I am much more handsome than he was. Now pay attention. I, Ramses II, I look at my kingdom. Look at it with me. Be Ramses with me. Come now, survey the kingdom. We are kings. Look at the sands. They part in the most elegant tribute to our majesty. Listen to the river. You are not doing it.
I can't do it. It's too silly.
No, refusing to learn, that is silly. Again, listen to the river. That is better. The birds of prey and even the deadly serpents bow before us. They look to us as if we were the sun. And remember, we are Ramses. We are the sun, most favored by Ra, sun god. The heartbeat of this world is for us alone. Looking at all of this, what do you want?
What could I possibly want?
Exactly. Now tell me, what are you afraid of?
I guess losing what I have.
Yes, you are thinking like a pharaoh. Now tell me, how could you lose what you have?
I can't lose anything. I'm the pharaoh.
Wrong. You can and you will. You will die, Ramses II. You will be gone and forgotten.
Okay, but how does all of this lead to the lost queen?
For thousands of years, the lion spoke and no one understood. But understand the fear and you understand the man.
I translated the hieroglyphs.
Beginner's luck.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Or I am just smart. Take your pick. Alright. Let's get a drink of water. Because I think there's a trophy at the end for staying well hydrated. And maybe talk to Lily and then give John a call. Or maybe let's just give John a call now. Ooh, we can call Hotchkiss. And Bess.
Nancy, hello.
Lily seemed upset about me doing any work here.
Show me a PhD student who isn't upset about something, and I'll build you your very own pyramid.
Why would she want to keep me away from your work?
I have no clue. If she wants to play at being in charge, let her. It'll save you a lot of headaches.
What do you know about Lily?
Not much. She's with Abdullah's team. It's just strange that she's out there.
Why?
I never say a critical word about a student, but the archaeology community is small. People talk. I guess all I'm going to say is it's surprising Abdullah put her on his team.
You can't just leave it at that. The curiosity center of my brain is going to go into full meltdown.
I can't, Nancy. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to talk about it.
What do you know about Abdullah?
He's almost as brilliant as he thinks he is.
He seems a little full of himself.
A little. With that amount of swagger, you'd think he invented sand.
Do you think he's behind your attack?
I don't think so. This isn't the first time we've butted heads. I'd think that if he were to attack me, he wouldn't sneak up from behind.
Abdullah seems confused by the hieroglyphs in the tomb.
Really?
You sound surprised.
Astonished, dumbfounded, with a twist of smug thrown in to soothe my ego.
So, if he's confused...
Then it is confusing. He's one of the brightest minds in the field. If he's stumped, something unique is going on here.
How's the recovery coming?
Good. I am at the point where watching television is tedious again, so that's a good sign. TV is very frustrating for the solution-oriented personality.
I don't think I've heard that before.
It's true. I find myself yelling, "Test your hypothesis before acting on it," at all of the sitcoms. Truthfully, I'm still feeling a little woozy. As soon as I can stand without feeling dizzy, I am on my way back to the site, even if I have to sneak out of here.
I'll let you go.
Talk to you later.
Hi, Bess.
Nancy, how goes the old mummy hunt?
Good, I think. Maybe bad.
Something happened, didn't it?
There was a sandstorm, and the professor from Kingston had to be taken to the hospital.
Nancy, be careful out there. It sounds dangerous.
I will.
George is all wrapped up in that new job of hers, but you can call me anytime you need help. Full disclosure, while I do play an Egyptologist on television, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Lily seems very uptight.
Do you think she's hiding something?
No doubt about it. I just don't know if it's relevant.
Strange behavior is rarely irrelevant, especially in a group that isolated.
Good point. I'll catch you later.
Bye.
That was very wise, Bess. Let's call the professor, see if she's available.
Hotchkiss here.
It's Nancy Drew.
Oh, Francine, dear, I'm so glad you called. I've been having the most infuriating problem with my internet.
This is Nancy. Drew.
Oh, you young people are so refreshing, always in search of new identities. The problem is that I downloaded this program called Weather Monkey. At my age, it's important that I keep abreast of all meteorological developments. But now I'm starting a new book, and I can't focus on my work because the Weather Monkey keeps yelling the weather at me.
Maybe you should uninstall it?
I will do no such thing. That would be tantamount to murder.
Maybe turn it down?
Brilliant and fantastic. Oh, yes, Samantha, you are a ticket. I would love to help you, but how do I know you again?
Nancy, Drew. We've met a few times.
Aha, now I remember you. If life were a good book, you'd be my favorite reoccurring character.
I'm in Egypt, and I need your help.
Egypt? Well, why didn't you say that instead of chattering away about my internet problems?
I don't know how to respond to that. I read your book, and I thought maybe you could help.
You found my book while you were in Egypt. The serendipity is as delectable as Chateaubriand smothered in lavender lemon juice. I am at your disposal.
I didn't exactly find it. You sent it to me. You even signed it.
Oh dear, I sign and send lots of things.
Oh, good grief.
Have you heard of an expedition that went off in search of Nefertari years ago?
Oh yes, the team in which everyone died, is that the one?
Yes. Do you think that story is true?
Oh heavens, yes. It's deadly out there in the desert. Think about it. You're going out there in search of dead bodies. There must be a reason they're in favor of the area.
But this expedition wasn't searching for QV66, right?
Indeed not. That had already been discovered. They were searching for Nefertari's mummy.
What do you think happened to them?
Oh, it's best you not concern yourself about that now, given your current location.
What do you know about Nefertari?
Ah, a love story. Oh, break out the tissue papyrus, because when I'm done, there won't be a dry Horus in the house.
What?
Look it up, dear. Ramses II and Nefertari shared a love so vast the world could scarcely contain it. I'm talking about the kind of love you spell capital L, capital O, heart instead of a V, capital E. They stood side by side and ruled the world, but as they saw the years stretch out before them, they were keenly aware that a handful of decades would never cut it. They needed to be together always.
That's sweet.
And relevant. The ancient Egyptians believed that life was little more than a dress rehearsal for eternity. I've found records that they concocted a plan to be together forever, side by side.
Why not be buried side by side?
They foresaw a volatile future for their kingdom, and they were correct. They knew they would have to enact safeguards. That's why in 1904, when QV66, the so-called tomb of Nefertari, was found, her body was not there.
What are the chances we found Nefertari's tomb?
If I were a gambling Hotchkiss, I'd say 60-40.
I still don't get all this business with QV66. Why build a fake tomb?
For the same reason I never carry my passport in my purse when I travel. Some things are too valuable to leave in a tempting place.
You mentioned an expedition that found QV66, Nefertari's tomb.
It was one of the most significant finds in archaeology. They call it the Sistine Chapel of Egypt. It's where my fascination with the royalty of Egypt was born. The color alone took my breath away. We think of ancient Egypt as being a subdued sand color, but it was a riotous display with all the visual delights of a midsummer gelato shop cooler case.
And you don't think Nefertari was entombed there?
They only found kneecaps, which supposedly means that her tomb was robbed.
You disagree?
I do. What good is the mummy without the context? It's the placement in the tomb that makes the mummy valuable.
Why is Nefertari so important?
There are two queens I find most fascinating in ancient Egypt, and for exactly the same reason. They were hidden. Hatshepsut is the first.
I think I've heard of her. She was the pharaoh that was almost removed from the historical record, right?
Exactly. 20-some years of peace and stability, and after she dies, Thutmose III's ancient cronies try to erase her from the record.
Why?
Jealousy, revenge, fear that his reign would never equal hers. You name it, but you can't keep a good woman down. Despite the efforts of Thutmose III's supporters, her legacy endured.
And Nefertari?
In my opinion, she's the opposite. She was obsessively preserved in the historical record, but it was her tomb that was hidden.
How sure are you that Nefertari's tomb was hidden?
There was something strange about QV66. I think that might be why it is off limits to this day.
It is?
To you and me, at the very least. There is a rumor that the tomb has a clue to the true location of Nefertari's mummy.
Really?
Who knows? I'll tell you this. I didn't have time to read all of the hieroglyphs, but I noticed that the syntax was a little, shall we say, wonky?
I don't know how hieroglyph syntax could be non-wonky.
True, but it was almost as if Nefertari and Ramses II had their own language.
Have you heard of Abdullah?
Yes, I have. He is December on my Men of Archaeology calendar.
You're kidding me. Does that exist?
It existed the second I made it. Is he there with you?
Yes. He seems full of himself.
He is. Oh, I am not an advocate of pulpy romance novels, but if I were, I'd call that an archable trait. In chapter 1, he'd swagger into the excavation site, the picture of a rascal with his dusty leather jacket and decidedly European haircut. His cocky ne'er-do-well smirk displaying his perfectly white teeth, but by the end he'd be sweetly holding flowers and saying, "Professor Hotchkiss, I'm dying to discuss your latest publication." A colleague of mine has guilted me into editing her latest romance novel, and I must confess I cannot wait until the project is completed. Reading page after page is absolutely wreaking havoc on my metaphors. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I no longer know.
Abdullah, that's what. He's a cold-blooded hotshot with only one setting. Success. Oh, sorry, I've also been helping my nephew break into the movie trailer business. Oh, Hotchkiss, why must you always burn the candle at both ends? He's a good archaeologist who knows Egypt inside and out. He could teach you a thing or two, just don't pick up the attitude.
See ya.
Hotchkiss out.
It's possible that the colleague whose romance novel she is editing is Charlena Purcell from Shadow Ranch and Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Oh, I didn't mean to get another one, but okay, I guess we're staying extra hydrated. I want to back away. There we go. Okay. Still getting used to the new interface after having played on the old one for a while. Let's check in with Lily. Oh, she's laying down now. I like how her position changes. That's cool.
Hi, Nancy.
What do you think of Abdullah?
Say what you want about how he behaves. He's earned it.
What makes you so sure of that?
I've studied his career. He's a bit of a jerk, but let's face it, when you think of archaeology, you think of him. He's the best. A decade of dedicated study.
Okay, I guess you have a point.
Thanks. It just bothers me when people are critical of him. He's sort of a hero of mine.
Bye-bye.
Later!
You look like you're doing a lot of in-charge work there, Lily. She wants to be in charge, and yet she is perfectly comfortable laying around in her bed. Cool. Oh, I was going to fix that amulet. Totally forgot about that. Let's go into the tent and fix the amulet. I have the last piece. Come on.
Got it.
Got it. Beautiful. Now we have a whole amulet. A cat. It's gorgeous. Can anyone think of a better amulet than a cat? Cats are one of the best animals on this planet. Okay. Can we, like, figure this out? Because it's bothering me that this is not correct. It's bothering me a lot, actually, that this is not correct. Can we basically swap what we got? Because maybe it's just backwards? Like, maybe if I scoot... I almost want to take a picture of it, and I think I will. I think I'm going to take a picture so I can use it as a reference for what I have correct and what I do not. Okay, so if I take a picture of that, I then want to move this one over, this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. And then I want to move the bird. I want to move that over there, because these don't overlap at all. Maybe we want this on the end, probably. Yep, okay. And then the bird... No, it can't do that. It has to be like that. And then the flower would go here. And the other one would go over this. Would be at the front of it. Like that. But the issue we have with that then is that the equal sign doesn't line up. It was so close. Wait. No. Ah! Why won't this work? Can I scooch everything down 1? And then have the equal sign there. And then... No, I can't. See, that doesn't work. Why? I was so close. And that doesn't work either. Because then the bird and the equal sign are like not add up, and we get to have the bird at the end. Is there a way? We must have like gotten the right answer, but in the wrong order. That's all that I can assume to be the case. So if we put it back the way it was, I had this all the way over, this here, the bird here, the equal sign goes there, the vulture there, it's there, there, and there. See, like, why? Why is that not okay? Translate it, Nancy! It works. Okay, how can I swap this? Did I get it?
That's it! Now if I only knew what it meant.
I got it. Now if I only knew what it meant. Alright, well I'm going to leave this part right here. Thank you so much for watching, fellow detectives. I will see you soon.